Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Eden Zero Chapter 22. And so, just from getting right into it, I feel that a lot of what happened in this chapter, it felt like we're kind of reaching the final phase of the arc. I feel like we're reaching the final phase of the arc, just from the way that things are being set up and the way that events unfolded. It really felt like all that in this chapter, like all the pieces of this arc are finally coming together as one, and we're going to be entering into the final phase and the final confrontation. It just feels like we're kind of entering in that final phase where we're going to wrap everything up here soon. How many more chapters we're gonna get though, I can't say for sure, but yeah, it does feel like we're kind of wrapping up. Just like for instance, a couple of events that definitely gave me that feeling are what was at the beginning with Sister and Rogue out basically arguing with, I think it was with pretty much with basically the Toad Guy's soldiers. I think his name's Illega. Yeah, Illega's soldiers about being paid, coupled with Shiki basically knocking, basically knocking, pretty much knocking the Toad Guy Illega himself out. It all seems like set up for the final confrontation, and no, just to get it out there, you're not going to hear me ranting. You're not going to hear me ranting about pretty much about what happened with Illega and Shiki, with basically Shiki pretty much knocking basically the entire the living daylights out of Illega, because honestly, I never took him that seriously to begin with, especially after what I saw in this chapter. But we'll get into that little idiotic gem soon. And besides, it was pretty fair. It was pretty clear from the moment that pretty much Sister showed up that she was going to be the final villain of the arc anyway. So yeah, it all kind of works out in the end, where yeah, like everything just seems to be kind of setting up for just the final battle, pretty much between pretty much Shiki and Sister so far. And speaking of Sister, the one thing that genuinely has me curious the more I thought about it is what is going to happen to Rogue Out once Sister is brought back to her old self. Like, I mean, on Mashima logic, I think would probably dictate that the plot thread will probably end with every member getting defeated, leading up to the final battle with Sister, and inevitably her programming being rewritten, unless Mashima decides to do a little subversion of our expectations and keep Sister evil for a little longer, or maybe he'll even have Rogue Out join the Eden Zero crew. Personally, I'm going with option one until I'm proven wrong. Otherwise with maybe a little hint of option three, but I'm going more with option one, because that seems to be a bit more of the straightforward column. And let's face it, the Mashima isn't really one for basically over complicating his isn't one for who likes to overcomplicate things. So yeah, I think he'll probably go for the simpler ending here so far. But like I said, I can't say for sure. That's just how I kind of see things, pretty much based on a pattern. But I don't know. Now let's. Oh boy, I'm gonna have something to talk about with this. All right. Now let's talk about the bathroom escape scene, and I'll start off by saying it was definitely cleverly executed. I'll say that much right off the bat. It was a cleverly executed escape plan with basically all the girls basically getting together and basically and managing to melting that window in order for the escape plan to work, in order for the escape plan to work. However, the one thing, it's one of those things where even though it worked, it's one of those things where even though it worked, the fact that it actually worked so easily just confirmed how much of a dumbass I've considered pretty much the Toad Guy to be. Like, I mean, seriously, You seriously, Illega, you have this room to bathe girls you kidnap, but in that very same room, you have windows that can easily be melted by the soap they use, allowing for an easy escape. Illega, that is such a transcending level of dumb to the point where I was left literally speechless by it. Like, I couldn't have said. I was like, wow, that was so dumb. I can't think of anything. That was literally my reaction to it, and in that respect, I almost I almost hope that whatever Shiki knocked ended up. I hope that whatever Shiki punched out of Illega actually managed to restart some brain cells in that bloated head of his. Although, and even more so, I hate to give advice to a villain, but in this moron Illega's case, I don't mind. So listen up, Illega. In the future, either take the windows out or soap-proof them. Seriously, this brings new meaning to the word design flaw. Like, this is again. I want to make clear the escape scene. It was for the most part. It was cleverly executed again, but just the fact that it was so easily done makes me say Illega is an effing dumbass. Seriously, Illega. Why couldn't you have been the least bit smart? Seriously, you were. Oh god. I guess it did kind of turn into a bit of a rant, but only because it's. I'm only ranting about it only because it's so hilariously dumb. Like I think it's hilarious, but at the same time, it's like, Jesus, I cannot take this guy. I was hoping I'd get something to take this guy seriously, but that is so dumb. Anyway, rant over about that. And I guess while we're on the topic of idiotic scenes, although ones that are less brain numbing, I kind of laughed at the first page of seeing how scared with the scene of Weiss and Homer, and how scared pretty much Weiss is of Homer's skills. Yet at the same time, he still has enough guts in him to admire her ass. That kind of had me chuckling a bit. And the other scene I found hilarious was when pretty much punk was when that one punk chick, I think her name is Milan, the beekeeper, that beekeeper that looks like a punk or goth or whatnot. She basically straight up admitted that the stuff she does on her channel is just all staged, and yeah, I don't know why, but that was especially hilarious. But maybe because I could almost say that was Mashima's way of. It was almost Mashima's way of calling out all those people that do stupid stuff on YouTube, like basically all those people who want to do dumb shit on YouTube, use YouTube as a way to do dumb shit and dumb stunts and whatnot. I almost think that was his way of calling those people out. But yeah, but yeah, guys, that's kind of all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AniList, or Crunchyroll. Dead Night of me, signing off. Later, guys.